What's up, LD Gamers? Jack Jones here. Today we're going to talk about the 6 reasons that you're unmotivated, and this topic is brought up because this week I've been going through a period of not being motivated, not being energized, of really questioning myself a lot and losing a lot of self-confidence. So number 1, you probably don't have clear goals which excite you. And the best example of this is think about World of Warcraft or any MMO where you can spend 12 to 16 hours grinding away at something and think nothing of it. And why can you do that? But think about if you try to spend 12 hours like reading a textbook or 12 hours making meals or working out or doing any of those, that would seem impossible. And the reason that you're able to grind so long and wow is because you have a clear and exciting goal in front of you that you can clearly see that you're making progress at. And so that means you can see your experience bar moving along as you grind, and therefore you have that clear goal you're going after. And this is what's generally missing for most of us in life, is we don't have a sense of direction and we don't have clear, exciting goals we're going after. Number 2, something has shaken your self-image. And think about, again, if you go on a big losing streak in a game, you're going to get really down on yourself, you're going to start thinking negative thoughts, and you're going to lose all of the energy and motivation and joy you had for playing that game, at least temporarily. And that is because you had built up in your mind that you're like a good player and you're an awesome player, you're able to do so well, and when an event comes along that shakes that self-image, you're shaken to your core and you lose that self-esteem. And that, again, is what happens often to us in life, is we build up these personas, and you know, it might be, hey, I have an awesome girlfriend and therefore I'm somebody. And then when your girlfriend comes along and dumps you, then your whole image of yourself is shaken at its foundation, and that can really cause you to just lose all of your motivation, lose all of your energy. The key here then is to have a self-image that springs not from external factors like how you look or the people you're associated with or your success with your job, because that is really what so many people stake their self-image on. That is why people go after the awesome cars and the big houses and the high-end, high-class jobs, is because their entire image of themselves is staked on that external material factor, and those can be taken away in the blink of an eye, and then you're left just vulnerable and absolutely with nothing. And therefore you need to build up yourself from within, stake your self-esteem on inner qualities and inner disciplines and not anything external. Number 3, your hormones might be playing a key part in why you're unmotivated. Women understand this, that every 30 days or so they go through a hormonal cycle which will drastically change their behavior and the way they feel and the way they think. But guys go through similar cycles. It's not as noticeable or dramatic, but you go through similar cycles, and especially a lot of your activities affect your hormonal levels in your body. For example, being sleep deprived dramatically raises your cortisol levels and drops your testosterone levels, and that can really change the way you feel, along with your eating habits, along with your workouts. So if all of a sudden you just can't figure out why you've completely lost motivation, lost energy, and just feel terrible, take a look at your hormones. Especially alcohol is another factor that plays big into your hormones. It inhibits your growth hormone and your testosterone levels, and it fucks with your sleep. So all of those factors can feed into how you feel and your levels of energy and motivation through the day. So take a look at that. Number 4, your diet might be playing into your lack of energy, your lack of motivation. Insulin is a hormone that is released in the largest amounts when you eat large amounts of carbohydrates in response to that glucose from those carbohydrates. And I don't think there's a person alive today who can be productive, who can be energetic if their body is flooded with insulin. And if you think, a lot of people will have these really big meals with these big carbohydrates, and then all they want to do is go take a nap, and that is directly because of the insulin that's flooding your body. So look at your meals. Are you eating a bunch of carbohydrates with every meal? And then pay attention. Are you feeling tired and lethargic and want to take a nap afterwards? Then that might be a key cause of why you're not able to get the things done that you need to get and that you want to get done, because your hormones are completely acting against you because of what you're eating. Number 5, you're lingering in the future or the past. And this is a big one that affected me this whole week, is I'm trying some new things and I have this big, the fears coming up of, what if this doesn't succeed? What if I fail here? What's that going to look like in terms of my financial situation in the future? And so my thoughts have been lingering on that so much that it's draining the energy to the point where I didn't even want to do anything all week, because if I don't take action, then it seems like then I'm not going to fail, right? Because if I'm taking action toward these new things, then what if I fail? And then what if that leads to financial disaster and living on the streets and whatever else? So it's so critical to bring yourself back to the present and not to linger in fear of the future or to linger in the mistakes of the past. And this is a big part of faith comes in. I've never been religious and I've never really understood that term of faith, but now I'm starting to see, you must have faith in yourself, that if you have a vision that you believe in, you must have faith that if you keep going along this path, then you will arrive at the outcome that you want. And this is what Earl Nightingale talks about. So many of these people who have had great success in life, they talk about having this faith in your abilities and to just keep moving forward. And that is what really separates the successful from the people who quit. And then the last point is, you might be letting your discipline slide. I like to think of discipline as a rope. And so a rope has many individual strands of fiber that give it strength, and think of your disciplines as those individual strands of fiber. So say waking up early, going to the gym every day, eating right. All of those individual disciplines are creating this strong core discipline within your life. And if you start letting the individual ones go, then that rope, that discipline rope, becomes weaker and weaker and weaker until it finally snaps, and then all of your disciplines in life go out the window and you're at the whim of your body's functions, basically. You're like, well, I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna go eat whatever junk that I feel like eating. I feel like playing a video game right now, so I'm just gonna throw off all of my responsibilities and play a game. And that's because you let your disciplines slide one by one until finally it is broken. And that's another big one for me over the week. I stopped waking up early, and then I drank a lot, and all of those just cascaded until I was going back to a terrible schedule. And so I had to finally rein it in and look at all the disciplines once again and say, this is the core to success, and therefore I'm going to focus on these. Being disciplined in your life is really, really key and vital to having long-term success. So do not let your discipline slide. Your discipline should be your #1 priority. So I hope that's helped. If you're feeling low energy or unmotivated, I want to give you some hope. I want to let you know that everybody goes through these phases, and I've been down roads where it's been months and months and months, and it's been 5-6 months where I've just felt completely out of it. I felt completely kind of worthless. I was ashamed of who I was, and it really is just a process of discovering what the triggers are for you that causes you to lose motivation and to lose energy, and then going along and fixing it. And it's a process, and it takes time, but I think every person has the power within themselves to be able to fix themselves and to get up to a high level of energy and to be able to have the motivation and the energy necessary to achieve their goals. And I would really recommend, if you're just really, really low energy and really unmotivated, don't know where to start, go get the book Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. I think that's one of the best comprehensive books out there that gives you a lot of good actionable advice, and it's pretty inspiring just reading the different stories he has in there. So click right here, that should link you to the book. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. Take care, have an awesome day.